Raptors basketball on Sportsnet is brought to you by Ford. Go further. Time for the Mr. Subs starting lineups, and for the visiting Orlando Magic, Daquan Jones will get the start for J.J. Redick, who is under the weather. And so at the point guard position, Jameer Nelson, Aaron LaFalo, Daquan Jones, Glenn Big Baby Davis, and Nikola Vukovic. And for the 2-7 Toronto Raptors, Jose Calderon, DeMar DeRozan, Dominic McGuire, Andrea Bargnani, and Jonas Valanciunas. The 20-year-old Lithuanian, Dwayne Casey, trying to get his team re-energized from a defensive standpoint yesterday in that opening quarter against the Boston Celtics. The Celtics scored 30. They shot 14 of 19 from the field. The Raptors are just 7 of 21. There was that internal fortitude that the Raptors had last season as they started off 4-6 on the season. And Jacques Vaughn, the 37-year-old head coach of the Orlando Magic, is the youngest head coach currently in the NBA, and of course has played for some superb coaches, the likes of Jerry Sloan, Greg Popovich, DeMar DeRozan, Jose Calderon, getting set to take on the Magic here on this Sunday. Leo's keys to the game.
Matt, the way things have been going for the Raptors, the number one key has to be balance. Raptors had 49 points off the bench. You can't, remember, the bench is to maintain and raise the level of play, not save the day. Consistent defense. Boston shot better than 73% in the first quarter. You can't just have one good quarter, one bad quarter. Finding control, tempo. Orlando allows just 9 fast break points. You have to find a way to get what you want easier, and that's the way to do it, controlling the tempo.
Toronto began last year with a 4-6 record through the first 10 games. It was their best start since the 1999-2000 campaign, which was actually their overall best start, winning 7 of 10. Their worst start, 1-9. It happened on a couple of occasions. 2-7 are the Toronto Raptors. And they understand that with that road schedule that we talked about, the importance of a game like today. No J.J. Redick. And of course, this is an Orlando Magic team that does not have its centerpiece literally anymore. And Dwight Howard, as Aaron LaFalo knocks down the shot. LaFalo played in Denver and had productive time there after being in Detroit. Jonas Valanciunas on a handoff to Jose Calderon. Can they get Andrea Bargnani going? Here's Dominic McGuire slicing in the lane, fading in and out, knocked away, and controlled by Glenn Davis. Picked off by Andrea Bargnani and slammed up. Now there you go.
And it's funny, Matt, I was just going to say, it's not getting Andrea Bargnani going, it's Andrea getting himself going. That's one way to do it on defense, plus his matchups. There's nobody, I believe, that can guard him between Vukovic or Baby Davis.
Vukovic backing down, fading, and a difficult angle making that shot.
He's a good player. You know, and he's not going to wow you with his athleticism, but he's a skilled player that really understands how to play the game and what he's capable and not capable of doing.
In Philadelphia, part of the Dwight Howard deal, the 4-team deal. Here's DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's jumper. Good. 3-5 Orlando team did not have Jameer Nelson for 6 games because of a groin injury after the first game of the season. He was lost for the next 6 as Aaron LaFalo drills a shot.
And Jameer Nelson's huge for this team, Matt. He's a chemistry guy, he's a glue guy, he's a solid point guard. Not having him is a tough way to start a season.
Nelson looks around. Nelson up at the rim. And a push on Dominic McGuire.
Raptors almost a big mistake right there. You're putting yourself in a foul situation by not hustling and getting back. If you're not on the glass, you better be rebounding and getting back on defense.
Time now for the Gatorade Prime to perform. The Raptors fuel their performance with G-Series from Gatorade. Fuel better, perform better. You see the numbers at home for DeMar DeRozan. Up top, Nelson knocked away. His last touch by Orlando. And DeRozan, 22 points at home.
He's just been outstanding. And it's not just 22 points, it's the way he's done it. You know, mixing up, giving you the whole arsenal offensively.
On Friday night, Orlando ended a 5-game losing skid. Jose Calderon for 3. They lost at Chicago and Minnesota, Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn again, home and home, in New York by 10 before winning in Detroit. Had a long practice yesterday, roughly 3 hours. Vukovic misses on the inside. Here's DeRozan. These are the opportunities to pick up the pace. Jose dumps it on the inside. Valanciunas backing down on Davis. On the kick out now. Jose, nice cut underneath. McGuire, and Dominic McGuire gathering, goes up, and a foul.
A nice job by McGuire taking the rookie Daquan Jones underneath. What you want to do is gather yourself, as you pointed out, Matt. Go up strong, look to get that contact. That's one thing McGuire does not mind around the basket. Now, Matt, we saw Jose Calderon knock down a jump shot earlier. I really do believe the Raptors need him to not so much be a facilitator early, but be a big part of the offense taking the shot.
All right, tuned to CBC right now for the Grand Slam of curling. It's the Rogers Masters Finals on now. McGuire in a successful trip with the second free throw going after missing that first free throw. On the inside.
Another example of Vukovic, just a smart player that reads the defense and reacts, and Nelson is a player that can, much like Jose Calderon, find the open man.
Tied at 8. Jose. McGuire. Good. McGuire. Raptors by 2. Nelson looks to turn the corner. Nelson on an up fake. Philadelphia native. Gives it up there and a follow. Spin move. Fading short corner. Spins out. Valanciunas. Jose quickly into the front court. Looks around. Trailing on the play. Bargnani on the handoff. No. Instead they pass it up. Here's Jose now. Back to Andrea with an up fake. On a drive. Calderon and a foul.
I mentioned a matchup, whether it's Baby Davis or Vukovic for Andrea Bargnani. He's got the ability to put that ball on the floor and drive on either one of these guys. See, Baby Davis, poor defensive position, standing upright, coming on Andrea Bargnani. And again, Vukovic the same way. He's out of his comfort zone when you take him 25 feet away from the basket. So for Andrea, it's not settling for the jump shot. It's doing exactly what he did there in this game.
Bargnani hit the line. Vukovic with the foul. And the first one is good. This is the key, the first quarter.
That's right, and a big difference in the wins. The Raptors not only score more, but defensively they do a better job. They shoot the ball extremely well, and even quite frankly, even the defense when they're doing better is not. You still don't want your opponents over 50%, but you have to have that margin. You have to come out and fight. And the Raptors need the first quarter, and right now they're getting a very good offensive start. Once again, got to tighten up defensively. Orlando shooting 57%.
In and out for Nelson. DeRozan. DeRozan, the top scorer for the Raptors, averaging 18.9 points. Lowry's still out. Expected back in a week to 2 weeks. And a defensive 3-second violation is going to be charged to Jones.
I actually talked to Landry Fields prior to the game, Matt. He said, boy, what a difference. They moved the ulnar nerve. They moved around. It was catching. And he says he feels a dramatic difference already. And he also feels how he was compensating prior to that without even realizing that he was doing that. So he's excited about the prospects of, one, a healthy shooting arm and being able to get back in a lineup.
Also extremely excited about the fact that his Stanford Cardinal knocked off the number 2 ranked Oregon Ducks last night. Sending the BCS right now all up and down and over. Notre Dame will be 1 and Alabama Northern likely 2 as Jose drills.
And the Stanford women's team took down Baylor and Griner and company. So big win there. So Stanford, solid weekend.
8-0 run by Toronto. Spin move. Davis, pass underneath, knocked away. Here's DeRozan now. Cruising through the timeline. And he finds McGuire underneath. And an excellent job there, up 10.
And that's why Dwayne Casey is yelling at Bush. He wants his team to run, get those easy baskets, but it starts at the defensive end.
And coming out hedging hard is Andrea Bargnani.
You got to get
First
there
quarter
quick.
brought to you by Ford. Go further.
You got to get there quick if you're a big guy. Point guards are so crafty at going right into your body and just forcing the referees to make a call with the contact. So if you're not there early, you're going to be the slightest movement, you're going to get that call against you.
Jameer Nelson into 2. Tapped out by Valanciunas. Here's McGuire. Dominic McGuire on the run. McGuire pulls up and misses off the side of the backboard. Follow, now pulls it back out, looking for the Vukovic pick. Nice find by Nelson on the inside. Vukovic lays it up and in.
Great find. That was an impressive pass. The bullet, and Vukovic showing again his hands, ability to catch the ball off that bullet pass.
Entry pass. Here's Jonas Valanciunas trying to get space underneath. Bargnani fading, no, tapped up. And last touch by Toronto. It'll be Orlando basketball.
This guy's getting no respect. Matt, Baby Davis just landed on him as he caught the basketball. A lot of contact. Valanciunas is saying, wait a minute. I look at somebody, I get a call. These guys fall on me, and there's no call.
Under 6 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. 8-point advantage for Toronto. And Davis has yet to knock down a shot. Magic 5 of 11. 3 of 4 is Vukovic. Up fake on the drive, slicing through. Good. Bargnani should have that all day without the interior presence of Dwight Howard.
Exactly. There are no shot blockers on this Magic team. Drive, use your quickness.
20-10. Raptors off to a fantastic start. Can they keep it rolling and put away the Magic early?